action points.
Oh no, that's hilarious.
Yeah. No. The problem because the wood not too strong. Yeah.
You don't know your own strength.
But be careful a little bit.
Yeah, maybe not for me. No, not for me. No, I'm going to lose it.
Soft this time.
I mean, I'm scared of...
Oh, no problem, don't worry. They know how to do.
You can do my turn and you can do...
Yeah, you can do my turn too. I'm not... Yeah,
I think I've improved the knife.
It has made the technique a bit better.
Yeah. You're more careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah. If this graphic design thing doesn't work out, there's a job for you here. Yeah.
No.
Greetings, fellow members of the Esoteric Order of Gamers. Welcome to another Action Points episode. It's Action Points for February. Here we are at the start of March. The month has gone by and, well, let's admit it, it was a pretty tough month. It still is a pretty tough month everywhere in the world. Some weird stuff happening, and I hope you're all safe and well. And luckily we can all stay inside and play some board games, huh? Last month I was very lucky to be blessed with the presence of my old gaming buddy Will, who came over for the first time in a while. It's actually his 19th visit to come and see me here in New Zealand. It's great when he comes over and we get to play some games, talk about old times, have a few drinks, and film the results of those games for you to enjoy. I've started putting them up online, but there's some more to come. These are the games we played, actually. Nemesis. We've already put up the battle report for that. We played War of the Ring again. Absolute classic, a War of the Ring game between myself and Will. Always a lot of fun. And that's coming soon. We played Confrontation. I've already put that game up. We played Core Space. Fantastic science fiction miniatures tabletop game. That's coming soon. And Joan of Arc I just put up as well. We had a great game of Joan of Arc. The other games we played were V Commandos. I'm looking at my list over here, hidden behind this. V Commandos, Undaunted Normandy, The Grizzled, and A War of Whispers. So a really interesting range of games. We had a great time. Now you're seeing something very unusual here. Yes, it's a whole lot of unpainted miniatures. I've had such a busy month with work and other things that I haven't had time to do any painting this month. It's very strange. But I did get this game, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings. And very soon you'll be seeing a whole lot of coverage on the Esoteric Order of Gamers about this game. I was talking to Parabellum, the makers of it, and they very kindly sent me a huge amount of stuff because they're very excited about this game and they're curious to see what I think of it, and I want to tell you what I think of it as well. So I've already started putting all the miniatures together. Well, I've finished putting the miniatures together. I've primed them and I've started painting, and all the steps through my discovery of Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, I will be sharing with you in a series of videos. And of course when I get to play the game as well, and we can talk about the game system. So a lot of stuff coming up for that game soon. Also last month I finally received the rest of my Joan of Arc pledge. I got Apocalypse and Siege. My goodness, there's a lot of painting to be done here. I'm really dying to get these siege walls up on the tabletop as soon as possible. Especially, they look fantastic. Huge siege battles. And of course the Apocalypse is completely over the top. The miniatures look spectacular. There's going to be some great stuff coming to do with Joan of Arc. Now I mentioned we played a game of Confrontation. I know it's pretty much dead for the world. Poor old Rackham Entertainment went under many, many years ago now. But we still enjoy Confrontation and its sister game AT43. So on the website, if you still play the last version of Confrontation, you'll find that I've updated all the unit cards that I designed for that game. And also with the help of fan Samuel Marino, we've done a new army, and that is the Dragon Army, or the Sinwall Army, which is a bunch of elves basically. And Samuel came up with some stats for these cards, and together we did the artwork, and that's now available on my website. So if you still play that last version, you'll find heaps of stuff to do with that fantastic and sadly gone game, Confrontation. Now I must mention again Empire of the Stars by Crosscut Games, not only because I did the graphic design for it, but also because Adam West, who is the designer of the game, is a really nice bloke who I've had many dealings with over the years. I've done some design work for him and he's been a good buddy. So I would love to see his Kickstarter do really well. It's a beautiful looking game. It's a 4X Empire, Space Empire building game. And it looks beautiful. It's got great spaceship miniatures, and it's very colourful, and he's worked a long time on this game. It's the evolution of an earlier game he had called Galactic Emperor. So I urge you to go and check out his Kickstarter campaign. It needs a bit of a push over the last line, and I really think he deserves it. So I think a lot of money goes towards these big Kickstarter campaigns with lots of miniatures and all the fancy stuff by large companies. Occasionally we've got to support the little guy as well, and I can certainly recommend Crosscut Games and his game Empire of the Stars. So check it out, and if you like what you see, give him some money. Another thing I received just recently are these lovely gaming mats. Oh, here they are. Oh, yeah. They're huge and heavy because I've got two mouse mat material gaming mats here. These are by Deep Cut Studios, and you can see this lovely green one here. This is the one I'm going to use for Conquest Last Argument of Kings. I've decided I'm going to get away from my usual grey basing and do a sort of olive green instead, so I'm going to use that. Also in here I've got a mat for Gaslands, and I'm hoping to get a copy soon of Gaslands Refueled. And so if I can, do some games of Gaslands Refueled on this Deep Cut Studio mat. They're fantastic mats. I love the mouse mat surface, so I'm going to do a review of these soon and show you what they're like in action. A very interesting thing I did last month was to go back to my hometown of Sydney and visit the people who were involved with the game Blood on the Clocktower. This is one of the mock-ups of the game. It's already had a very successful Kickstarter campaign, and now they're producing it, and I'm honoured to be the graphic designer. Now, the people involved with this are just lovely people, and they're absolutely passionately dedicated to this game. I've never seen a group of people so dedicated to a game in my entire life. They have played hundreds and hundreds of games all over the world of Blood on the Clocktower, and they've just devoted their lives to it, basically. So they very kindly invited me over to Sydney, where I played some games of Blood on the Clocktower, and of course we talked about the project. And I was blown away. I'm actually not someone who really is into social deduction games. You might know this is sort of based on Werewolf, that game, but this one is a lot more complex. It has roles that each player takes on, and the special rules for these roles all interact with each other in really interesting ways. So at first I thought, it's not really my thing. And I sat in my first game, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. And then with the second game we played after that was unbelievable. It was amazing. It ended in myself and the person who was playing the demon jumping to our feet, giving each other a big hug, cheering, everyone else going, "Oh, I can't believe it." Oh, it was amazing. I want to tell you more about it in the future. I think I'll write it up as an article and tell you about it, because I was just blown away by how entertaining this game is. If you like social deduction games and you haven't signed up for the Kickstarter yet, I don't know if you can still get a copy, but find out. But it's going to be great. And I'm really enjoying working with these people because they are dedicated to coming up with a fantastic product which is going to look beautiful and work great. So, can't say enough in praise of Blood on the Clocktower, an amazing game. As you all know, I've got a Patreon account, and some very kind and generous people are good enough to sling me a few bucks every month to keep the Esoteric Order of Gamers ticking along and bringing you wonderful gaming content. So I would like to thank a whole lot of them, if you can just bear with me, because they deserve to be thanked. Now, usually I just thank steward level and above, which is $5 a month or above. But, I'm going to shake up my reward tiers and all that kind of stuff, and I think that everybody who contributes to the EOG deserves thank you. So I'm going to tell you who those people were over the last month. February was a really, really good month for the EOG, and a lot of wonderful people signed up. So at Adept level, we had Jodie Wells, thank you very much, Jeff Coyote, Jason Barker, Mendrael, Andrew Lum, Eric L., Line of Sevens, Needy Cat Games, Charlotte Malone, Kavamsi, Tim Burnett, Patrick J. Morris, and at the end of the month before that we had Pickle the Hut, Brett Schofield, and Eric Livac Hale. Thank you very much, those people who signed up to the Adept level. At Stewart level, we had Duncan Jarrett, Lawrence Gichetti, Jessica Cannell, Metro Sorpa, Paul Wagner, Fatuous Pauper, and Zod the Merciless. Thank you, Zod. Thank you, everybody. We also had Paul Leon Cavallo, who went from $5 a month to night level. Thank you so much, Paul. That is really, really thoughtful and generous of you. I really appreciate that. And jumping up a level from Adept to Steward were Carl Roberts and Nat Lanza. Thank you so much to those people. That was a fantastic month, the best month I've had since I started the EOG Patreon account. I can tell you what a difference it makes. The EOG has a lot of expenses and takes up a lot of time, and you're the people who keep it going, so thank you so much. Well, that's it for Action Points this month. It's a bit of a quick one. As you can see, I haven't done any painting, so I haven't got anything to show you in the way of painting yet, but I'm going to be working on Conquest all the next month, so hopefully in the next episode I'll have a heap of miniatures to show you all painted up and ready to play. I've got some games coming next month that we're going to be covering, some exciting stuff. I've got a little list here from Osprey. We're going to have Gaslands Refueled coming, I mentioned that. Also Judge Dredd Helter Skelter and Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I've especially been looking forward to Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell as I'm a huge fan of the books, so I really want to give that some coverage. Of course, these games will get rules summaries. Lucky Duck Games are going to send me Vikings Gone Wild, Mutants and Paranormal Detectives as well. They'll all get coverage on the EOG. And All or Nothing Productions, who made the fantastic Lifeform, are sending me their new game, Shadows of Kilforth. So there's so much to see here on the EOG. You're going to see all these games in all their glory. They're going to get rules summaries. We're going to have lots and lots of videos and coverage of a whole wide range of games, from tabletop miniatures games to board games to card games. It's all here at the Esoteric Order of Gamers. Don't forget to go to the website, orderofgamers.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, Instagram, on all the social media channels. You can buy t-shirts and mugs at the website. It's all happening. Esoteric Order of Gamers, thank you very, very, very much for watching. Good gaming, everybody, and please, please stay healthy and safe. See you next time.